Good morning. Welcome to Morning Expresso. You're watching Indian Express. I'm Charulata Biswas. Let's begin with the big story of the day. Kicking off his Euro trip with a meeting with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, without naming Russia, said that dialogue is the only way to resolve the Ukraine dispute and that there will be no winning party in this war. Everyone will suffer. He also drew attention to how the conflict has burdened every family in the world due to oil prices skyrocketing and food and fertilizer shortages. Scholz said he has invited Modi to the G7 meeting, which will be held in Germany in the last week of June. Meanwhile, ahead of PM Modi's scheduled visit to France, French defense major naval group has announced that it is unable to participate in the P-75 India project, under which 6 conventional submarines are to be built in India for the Indian Navy. The group, one of the 5 shortlisted international players for the 43,000 crore rupees project, said it cannot meet conditions of the request for proposal and will therefore not continue with the bid. Here are the stories you'll find only in Indian Express. Professor C. Raja Mohan in his weekly column writes that Prime Minister Modi's European tour can build on the new paradigm beckoning India strong commercial and security partnerships in the region that stand on their own merit. You can read the column only in Indian Express. And India's new principal scientific advisor, Professor Ajay K. Sood, talks about the elements of his vision, including focus on future vaccinations and perhaps India's own SpaceX. Let's have a look at the front page. A new FIR filed by the Karnataka CID on alleged cheating in exams to recruit 545 police sub-inspectors includes names of 7 of the top 10 rank holders statewide in the exam as accused in the case. It named 22 candidates who took the exam in 7 centers in Bengaluru as the new accused. It emerged that candidates who took the exam at a school owned and operated by a BJP leader scored high marks in the objective section despite answering very few questions. And a day after SpiceJet's Mumbai-Durgapur flight encountered severe turbulence causing serious injuries to several passengers, with 2 of them in an ICU right now, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation constituted a multidisciplinary team to investigate the incident and said it will inspect the entire SpiceJet fleet. Pending the probe's findings, the regulator de-rostered the Gurgaon-based airline's cabin and cockpit crew who were on that flight. Here are the must-reads. India is staring at a power crisis induced by a debilitating fuel shortage at coal-fired thermal plants, which make nearly 70% of the country's base load power generation capacity. While supply chains have been disrupted due to the Ukraine war, the biggest trigger for shortages is the unprecedented heat wave in North and West India that has boosted demand for electricity. We take a look at the coal shortage and how heat wave added to the power demand. And India's first case of Omicron subvariant XC has been confirmed by INSACOG, a network of national testing labs. As of now, experts say there is no evidence to suggest that it causes a different COVID infection than the one caused by the other Omicron sub-lineages. A government official said it has no public health significance unless they see it spreading faster or causing severe disease. The flags of 3 parties, the CPIM, TMC and BJP, flutter at the Tahirpur civic body, the only one in West Bengal to be held by the CPIM. Dependent on the state government, the party realizes that the only way it can stay alive is by displaying some political pragmatism. The TMC's councillors have told us that they will stand by us and help us get funds for projects, said Uttamananda Das, CPM leader and Tahirpur civic body's chairman, stressing the political bonhomie. And interesting news coming from the sports world, from lifting sacks of 50 kg rice as a 12-year-old in Pune's Vadgaon village, Harshada Garud has come a long way. Monday, she became the first Indian to win a weightlifting gold in the Junior World Championship held in Greece. Harshada was encouraged to take up weightlifting by her father and his maternal uncle, both of whom nurtured dreams of competing internationally but never could. And in today's Delhi Confidential, on the back of BJP's decisive victory in Uttar Pradesh, the Muslim-dominated district of Rampur has received a basket of infrastructure treats. Beginning this week, it will host its own Amrit Sarovar in Patwai, with the Prime Minister having promised 75 sarovars or lakes for every district. And finally, in today's episode of the Three Things podcast, we discuss the significance of PM Modi's 3-day Europe visit and Swiggy's trials for drone deliveries. Lastly, we go over the details of a religious event in Aligarh that has brought its organizers under the scanner. That's a wrap for me today. For the latest updates, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Indian Express. Thank you so much for watching.